Yeah, what up, it's your boy Allie Cat. What up, Twin? You are now watching the Kultcha. One and only. Wake up, ass up. Wake up. You ready?
Got a lot to talk about, man.
How many people we got in here? 2? Me and you?
Yeah, just me and you.
That's
somebody
it, man.
Somebody else is on.
Okay.
I mean,
wait for a few minutes just for some people to get on here, man. Come on this live, man.
Let's see. Some people on. Let's see where see if we can get them to join.
Come on this live, man.
You know what I mean? Yes. Melanie British is on. Did I say it right? I hope I said it right. Marley Marl is in the building.
What's up? What's up?
Know what I mean? We're going to start this in just like 2 more people, 3 more people. I know they come in late. Yo.
Mm-hmm.
Marley, stay in with us today, man. Check us out. We got a good one today, man. I need everybody here. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to give a few more people to log in.
Word.
I mean, I know they come in late, so I mean, we could start if we want.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, you want to start with this propaganda and all these false hopes and false prophets? I mean, we're talking about the food in our community, how they, we have the borderline health issues and this corona's killing us. Thank you, Marley. I'm glad you're here, man. You stay with me, man. We're going to drop some positive notes today. We're going to answer some Q&A. We didn't really do no promotion for this one. So, I know people are checking in. I want them to continue checking in. We dropped the episode already. We dropped the episode this Monday.
Right.
Speak Up Podcast. It's on YouTube.
No doubt.
We dropped some good jewels on there.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, we're going to get to this topic of discussion. I want everybody to chime in because, like I said, they're giving a lot of false hope, propaganda, and all these things of the such. We don't eat healthy in our community because we're not served healthy things in our community doing in the supermarkets, which we have an episode of that called Fast Food.
Fast Foods, check out that episode, y'all.
That's like episode 4 or 5, I don't know, but it's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube.
It's a whole lot. They're giving you false news. We're watching it. We're seeing 2 of the same images, but one saying LA, one saying Jacksonville, Florida.
See you.
So you getting all this false hope. They showing you so many different some always, how would you say, they writing up different locations, but they showing you the same images. So hope everybody's paying attention to what's going on. It's for my Muslim brothers that's checking in and sisters. We know Ramadan is coming up. So, you know what I mean? Inshallah, we gonna deal with that too and continue to pray for anybody, whatever religion is, or whatever belief you have, that is a right belief in the light. Just keep your hope. Don't let the darkness in. And
no doubt.
So go ahead, go in, twin. I want you to go in today.
It's a back and forth conversation, baby. That's when we got that split screen. But yeah, man, you saw what I posted earlier today, right, man? When they was in the conference room at the White House, and them hot mics are still on, and they recorded. I believe they always record stuff like that, but it came out that they already said that they already been vaccinated, and the mortality rate is not that high like the way they saying it is. It's no more than what the flu season caused as far as deaths is concerned. So, like we've been saying all this time, the propaganda, what they pushing, and they pushing for these numbers to be higher than what it needs to be, and I just think it's a bigger agenda than this. I think this is just the start of it, man. Something bigger, man, if you ask me. What you think, Al?
I feel we losing all the way around the border. It's to keep the, population control. They saying, we spoke about that weeks ago, and we mentioned that. But it's to keep the poor and the rich get richer. Because once you're wealthy, you don't really have to worry about much. Your lifestyle's changed a whole lot. Don't get me wrong, but you're wealthy, so that means you don't even know the amount of money that you have when you deal with wealth. When you're rich, it can end any given day. So, this is the time to how would you say, like I said, to reflect, and it's an economic reset. And I continue to stress this is an economic reset. Marley said they trying to take out our foundation, our elders. Yes, but you know what, Marley? Let me say this to you. And we grew up we grew up around each other, grew up together. We end up taking out ourselves. I mean, we're blessed and fortunate to have one another, family members and friends, and we sit back and we listen to our elders. But this new youth don't really listen to their elders. I mean, that's what we putting together now. The culture, it was to bridge the gap between the old and the young, and really let us have that dialogue with one another, because nothing's new under the sun. But yes, you are right. They are taking down the foundations, but we kind of did it to ourselves. Sap said, who are they? You say they say, who are they? Who are they? Well, it's called the Anglo-Saxons, if you want to really get me technical on it. The Anglo-Saxons, and correct me if I'm wrong, Twin, the Anglo-Saxons, who run America, which is the 1%. Because all the false propaganda and false hope is just telling them what to do and how to do.
Right.
They don't really have to say much. They just push a button. So they is the 1%. You know, they control, they're the mind influencers. That's why you watching the television. You know what I mean? And whoever's 5% or new to 5%ers back in the days, that's how they used to break things down. That's how we should break a lot of things down and really define it and get the true definition. So who are they? They are the 1% of America, of the world, the multi-trillionaires. We are the only country that pays taxes and all these things for Social Security and things of that nature to protect us, which they call insurance, or how Chris Rock said, in case some shit happens. But we never get what we're supposed to get in case some shit happens. So really think about it. You got people that work every day, have child support, or going through certain things. Can we knock the 1% out the box? Nah, we don't have enough money to knock the 1% out the box, chat. You know what I mean? You know, you gotta really, we're not even strong enough. The strongest countries that's sticking together is like the country Nigeria. They don't like what the Chinese has done to them, to their people over there in China. So what they did, they burnt everything down to the ground. Or at least that's what we're seeing. You know, we're getting real news, and the new normal is to watch social media. So social media is really telling us what's going on, is giving it to us at real time. So B. Anderson said, we could if we come together. Yes, we can. We could if we come together, but when we going to come together? The only people that come together that we talk bad about is the third world countries. You do your studies, you do your antics. Only third world countries always stick together. They'll go to war with guns and tanks with a rock. We won't even go to war with one another because we say, yo, we got to keep our job. But job security is none in America. It is proven time and time over. There is no job security. You know what I mean? We only have our own security. And that's protecting one another and keeping the money together. That's why I said it is an economic reset. And Sat, I'm not going to let that slide. 1% is stronger than the others because they control the money, and money manipulates a lot of things in the world.
Yeah, now I want y'all to understand this. You saying fight for your rights, and you got to understand that the 1% wouldn't do what they do if you wasn't off center, right? So the things that you love in life, you got to be indulged in all the things that keep you poor and disenfranchised, right? So in order to get ahead of the full 1%, we have to change ourselves first, man, as a collective. Not worry about them so much, but change ourselves as a collective. We spend so much of our money with the other man. Exactly. If we change ourselves as a collective, the 1% will disappear. So they use all these tactics. They use all these institutions to make sure they keep us, dumb, deaf, and blind. You know what I'm saying? And they do a good job at that.
And dumb, deaf, and blind, in a sense of to leave you confused. And leave you confused is to leave you weak and incompetent. And a lot of us are far from weak and incompetent, but we don't know how to come together. All other countries are showing us that.
If you're saying we got rights, that's the wrong start already. You understand? Because the rights do cause a change. It caused a change of a sort, but the basic fundamentals.
He said we have rights. He said Sap said to Marley, "You are so right." He didn't say we have.
Oh, you are so right. All right, so I misquoted that. Yeah, you're definitely right about that, because even with these civil rights movements and, this marching for rights of the people, it is some change. It is some change of the sort, but the basic fundamental between the slave and the master is always there. You making profit for your European master. That's what it's about. It doesn't matter.
That's why corporations are still winning.
We have to, right.
Corporations are still winning. Go ahead.
You have to take a couple of steps back if we is going to come together and make this change to leap forward. But I think most of us ain't willing to take a couple of steps back. Some of us got...
Sap, hold on. Sap, we do have rights, though, but we don't fight. We don't fight for them. Sap, laws was made for the black man. And what I mean for the black man to be against us. Laws wasn't made for us.
We don't even vote or save or build.
Nah, go into the voting system. Let's start small before we go up, because you wanna vote. Okay, cool. But what stipulations do you put in progress for who you're voting for? If they had stipulations, then they would know how to serve us and what to do for us. I mean, let's really talk about it. I mean, you really sitting here, you coming up with some good questions. But the answers are so rhetorical to a person when you're dealing with people that are intellectually building on the situation. We all have to come together and intellectually build, but a lot of us don't want to, because we'll say that, oh, he thinks he knows it all, or he knows too much. Nah, I know what I know because I sat down and read a book on it, and I lived through the trials and tribulations. It's like this. A lot of people want to read the 48 Laws of Powers, but won't put it into effect. You read the 48 Laws of Powers, then you want to try it. You definitely want to try it. Take a shot at it, because it's cause and effects in everything we do, but we don't do that. We'll settle for anything they give us. Like, everybody's selling it for this $1,200. But everybody can't get this $1,200. There's people that owe back child support due to some kind of bullshit that they might have went through with their baby mothers, their children. Let me say it properly. Their children's mothers. We don't know what happened, but now you can't get the $1,200 because you owe child support, but you're working and still paying child support. Right. If you take a hit, now you really take a hit all the way around. The economy has shut down for a month and a half, and everybody's losing damn near everything, because there's a lot of people living check to check,
including these big companies.
Before we can vote for the big man, we got to vote for the small scale, like congressmen and city officials. You are right. That's what we're saying.
See, it's one thing to vote for the small scale, like congressmen and city officials. But even if you don't like the choices that you have with the congressmen and city officials, they don't deserve your vote, period. Why you keep talking about voting when both sides are the lesser of the two evils, and you still willing to vote for either or? That's the problem.
Now, Doc Trini says true, but what about the middle class? Okay, let me give you. Hold on.
Let's get into the middle class. And what's up?
And their brown eyed bruiser said no economic power, no voting power. Okay, listen. What's up, Cav? What's up, Prince? Listen, let me give y'all something. What's up? She said there is no real middle class. Okay, let me break it down, because I can answer somewhat of all of this together. Mm-hmm. I can answer these three together. One, society. The American society says, in a combined household, if you make anywhere over $100,000, you are considered upper class. So think about what I'm saying, because you can Google it. We all sit in front of these computers all day, and we don't Google facts or want to sit here, and they can give us anything they want to give us. But then you could go get a dictionary and look into things of that nature. But they say it. Argentina is in the building. Sandy DeLuca, 2005. You're from Argentina. Okay. So now, like I was saying, it's actual facts. So now they're going to consider you upper class once you make anything over $100,000. What can $100,000 get you in a city of New York City? Think about it. But you're considered upper class. You know what upper class is? That's a whole different tier. That's a whole different tax bracket.
And plus they're getting mixed up. With a person that makes $100,000 versus they being worth $100,000. That's another thing. How you really define middle class is by what you're worth. Do you understand what I'm saying? And there's no such thing of a middle class. They create the middle class. All right, they create the middle class to make people think that's under the middle class, that live poor, that it's an individual deficiency that they have, that they can't make it to the upper classes. So they create the middle class, Trini. You hear me? They create the middle class. There's no such thing as a middle class. There's not. There's not enough jobs that pay over $100,000 to create a constant flow where the middle class would take over and people be less in poverty because of the middle class. Like there's no such thing. When you have classes, you got to have people that be in those classes. Most people don't have enough savings in their bank to sustain 1 month. How is that middle class? They don't. It's about how much they're worth. Do you understand what I'm saying?
And Sap said, let's go into 100,000 ain't shit in New York City, but out of this state, they can live better, very comfortable. Listen, you can live comfortable out of this state, but how comfortable you going to live? Because once your economic freezes, you're done. Once your economy freezes, you're done. You can move to, everybody think, okay, let me give you one. A major city that's been growing and...
The system designed to keep you broke.
Let's use Atlanta. A lot of people move to Atlanta and then end up moving back to New York City. Because there's more economic resources here. Right. What I mean by that, you can get more help here. Certain states and you go south, you don't even know the law of the economy. And what I mean by the law of the economy, let's start with your household. If you're renting or owning. If you're renting, you have the first to pay your rent. The 5th you're late. By the 15th, you're evicted. Let's try that. Because even in Florida, they can change the locks on you and move you out. So you're talking about 100,000 can get you far, but what are you doing to keep it? Because once again, you could be $100,000 on paper. It's not $100,000 liquid. You have to know the difference. You have to know the difference. So if you don't know the difference, I mean, well, we could teach you here. We could give you a shot to give you a quick lesson.
And they got to understand now. They got to understand being broke is a mentality, right? The things that you're attracted to, Trini, the things that you're attracted to, Sap, keeps you broke. Keep you in the mentality of broke. The things that you're in love with keep you broke. That's the way the system works. It don't work no other way. If you talk to any billionaire or millionaire and how many books they read in a month or what they do on a daily basis or how less TV they watch, you know why they do all that? Because it's a mentality that don't keep them broke. So the very thing that you love, the very thing that you're attracted to, the very which way of how you move outside your house actually disenfranchise you. It keeps you broke. Whether you go outside to eat something, whether you go outside just to take transportation, it keeps you broke. So I need to understand that. That is a mentality.
Yes, Marley. We have to invest in properties and not clothes and cars. Because cars depreciate when they look. If you watch, I need you to check out episode 25 that we just put out. We was talking to a young boys called Speak Up Podcast. And we definitely mentioned about the cars and values, about how the Moors, the indigenous people called the Moors, taught us about values. I'm trying to mention it briefly on this. So check it out if you can, Marley. Please do check it out. And please don't forget to subscribe to the Kultcha on YouTube. And you'll see what we're talking about.
Well, but what they think, Ali, that Jimmy Jazz make all their money off of rich people?
Nah, what they think?
They make it off the poor, man. Those are things you have to be attracted to. Your state of mind is everything. Yes. Most rich people are poor people. That's good with money we talk.
I mean, we should invest in more books. We sat down and did an interview with Damon John, one of the sharks of Shark Tank, one of the existing founders and owners of Fubu. He said he read 8 books a month. 8 books a month. Now, I mean, we're in a new era where you don't have to read the book, but you could definitely do audio. And I say this all the time. There's places in the city that have books in New York City that just sit out on the curb like Queensbridge. They gotta just sit there on the curb. It's over 1,000 books probably sitting there under a tarp at night. Nobody watches them. I think it's somewhere in, I don't know if it's Saudi Arabia, but it's one in the Middle Eastern countries. Where they have books, and nobody goes there and steals a book.
But that's my thing, Al. That's my thing, right? Right? You watching episode after episode of Love and Hip Hop. You watch an episode after episode of Hip Hop the Kids and Bow Wow and all of them. All this time spending. You imagine if you was obsessed with stock market. You could imagine if you were obsessed with making money. It'd be a wrap. It'd be a wrap. But we do understand there's a system in play. They absolutely right. There's a system in play. Now the question is, right, I got for everybody in this chat. do you really believe we can make it out of this? With all the history we got, what we know now, all that free information that's flowing, as a collective, I ain't talking about a few pockets of individuals. Can we really make it out of this? What I'm trying to say is those are things that keep you very broke. You waste a lot of time watching that. Does Love and Hip Hop show you how to invest money?
Now,
does it? I'm asking.
It don't. It shows you how to be ignorant to one another.
Exactly. It shows you how to get more baby mamas. It shows you how to bag more women, so you could cause more problems for yourself. That's what it shows you.
Oh, Dog Trini said, yes, it's a storm that will soon pass away. Yes, it's a storm that will soon pass away, but it's not really. It's, how would you say? It's like the washing of the earth. There is always a light at the end of every tunnel. Well, when are we gonna wake up and really see the light? Because every time we go through something, we always say the same bullshit. Let me be honest.
When you say there's a light through every tunnel, you just want to wait some more. You just want to wait some more.
Yeah, I can't. We can't wait no more. Listen, it's a time to wake up and teach our kids about credit, the things that our parents didn't teach us. Let's talk about credit. Let's talk about how we said assets versus liabilities. Even in Baby Boy, God bless his soul, that director, John Singleton, he always left a message in a lot of his movies. Mm-hmm. In Baby Boy, he said guns and butter. was a real place run and owned by black. Yes, you're talking about Tulsa, Oklahoma, which is Black Wall Street, but that wasn't the only Black Wall Street. The first Black Wall Street was in Durham, North Carolina. So we got to do our historical facts, and yes, you on point with it. There's a lot of towns that was run and owned by blacks. Let's talk about Rosewood. You know what I mean? We saw the movie Rosewood, and we still waiting. We still waiting. We did I Have a Dream speech. We still waiting. Even Martin Luther King said I Have a Dream speech was a nightmare. What you said, Ant, I think we can, but it's not no time soon. 5-6 years. 5-6 years, man. They had a 400-year start. Let me break something down to you if you start reading books, right? And I want y'all to, and this is no insult to no one, because I love all my people. You know what I mean? But let's really break it down. Let's break it down. Let's break it down. This economic reset put us back to where we need to be, because we was only a couple of years ago. We was only 100 years behind them. Then we caught up because there's so many black millionaires. So we caught up, but we didn't know how to come together. Nobody wants to hear the knowledge. Everybody want to hear the buffoonery. You know what I mean? So you got to really think about that. I have a couple of brothers in the computer room listening. Great job. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Kev. Thank you. So 5 to 6 years, we could do it now. Stop putting on what we got to do today. Some of us got babies out here. See, if you don't have a baby out here, then I can't expect you to understand, but I will want you to understand. But we got babies out here, and we can't continue to live ignorant. You know what I mean? We can't live the world that they want us to live in. You know what I mean? Because we're the only ones losing.
And then that's the thing, Al. It's like, yo, what I should stop my kid from going to a good college? No, you're not going to stop your kid going to a good college if that's what they really want to do. What you should do is make sure they go through that institution, knowing who they are. So once they leave that institution, their only obligation and job is to go back to their own communities and help out their own environment grow. That should be the plan.
What we are. The masses will never let us be great. No, Naughty Dread 145. Please don't do that. First of all, we are the masses. We are the majority, man. We got to get that out. We are the majority. And in order to keep the majority under this spell, under this control, you is off center. You're not in your right state of mind. How they do it is to make you think you are. Every day that you live in your life, you think you are. You is backwards. As black men and black women, whether you're Dominican and you don't think you're black, whether you're Spanish and you don't think you're black and it's just a language, this is how they keep you dumb, deaf, and blind. Every time we become great, they destroy. Every time we become great, we destroy ourselves.
Exactly.
You know why we destroy ourselves? We don't keep our word with one another. If we feel a way about something, we don't know how to walk away and say, you know what? We don't know how to come together, be transparent, say, yo, I felt a way about this, and move forward. Every time we move forward, we take ourselves back. It's not
the majority is more important.
They know how to mind manipulate us. They mind fuck us every day. Every day.
They don't think so, Al. When you turn on your YouTube and you go to the regular page, don't even type nothing in a bar. When you go to the regular page, all you see is European content. Whether they controlling cameras, whether they doing movies, whether they riding a bicycle, whether they traveling from state to state, all you see is white content. In order to see your type of people content on something simple as a YouTube platform, they have to save your content. It's through like. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's on everything. Instagram, YouTube, the internet is on everything that they use to manipulate you. And we got to understand this.
What happened to Black Wall Street? Now they said, what happened to Black Wall Street?
What happened to Black Wall Street is yeah, they did destroy it, but Black Wall Street never took the time out to build their own military. So that's what kind of happened with Black Wall Street. Do you understand? But we got them history lessons from that, and to expound on that and to make it better. I'm asking why we can't do that right now. And people they just don't want to stop buying Jordans. They just don't want to stop buying Yeezys.
Hold up, twin. You sounding like a computer. You fading in and out.
Oh, man, I just gave out some good information, man.
No, we heard you. They started fading. You said they want to buy Jordans. They want to buy Yeezys. I heard that. They're not concerned about building Black Wall Street again, about building the black militias and the black armies. They only care about looking fresh and fly and who got the latest Gucci's and who got the biggest Cuban link on.
And the black brothers be like, oh, he's just jealous. He don't want to see me shine in his Benz. It's not that. You can use the car to travel. Why can't you buy a cheaper car so you won't be giving the man who owns Mercedes Benz, which is not you, all his money? You're just a black man in a sleigh. That's what Nas said in one of his rap songs. They called him a black man in a German sleigh when he drove around his Mercedes Benz and white people saw it. Do we understand what's going on here? You do not look better than the European or the German man in his own car. You don't. You don't look better than the European man in his polo shirt. You don't. You don't. So let's just be us and stop trying to be like other people. Let's start there.
Yeah, listen, man. I told everybody about the black business challenge, and I ain't seen nothing yet. I got a couple of inboxes, but a lot of people was just straight up on some, yo, I gotta wait till I get my hair cut, which I understand. The quarantine got you twisted, but that's a start right there.
Actually, I think brothers look more pro-black without their haircut. I like it. It looks like strength when I see brothers ain't really cutting nothing like that. It looks beautiful when I see Puffy with the gray beard, Kevin Hart with the gray beard, all these people with the gray on.
One of our black-owned banks. Marley said we let Carver Bank fail.
Oh yeah, we did. That brother right. Right.
Yeah, but you know what? We started black-owned banks again.
Mm-hmm.
We started black banks again. Killer Mike started in Atlanta. So there's ways that we could get back to it. You know what I mean? It's just how we decide to get back to it. You know what I mean? It's no stopping. Like, you see how... Let me give you something. And Nadia, I hope you're still on there with us. These motherfuckers did a susu. Or whatever this pyramid scheme shit is on the internet. You see how quick everybody was to rush for that fucking dollar?
But Al, what you expect poor people to do though? That's what they gonna do. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's what the people who run elite expect poor people to fall for.
Bro, listen,
do you understand what I'm saying?
People just want to watch it, the Instagram nudes. Let's see the Instagram models and see what they look like. I mean,
it's too much, man. It's too much, man. That's why I see so many videos. These mothers whooping their daughters. These black mothers whooping their black daughters. And they doing a damn good job. Whipping her. Yo, you want to be grown on social media? Here, let me help you out. Yeah, for twerking, cursing.
They say spare the rod, spoil the child. And a lot of us are sparing that rod and spoiling the child. We losing focus, man. We can only be as strong as we want to be. And let me tell you something. You know what? I'm tired of hearing I only got one life to live, living my best life. I'm tired of that too, Kev. I'm tired of that too, Kev.
See, he said...
We talking about living legacies.
That's it. And that's way more important than your individual life.
Play on people that... Listen, man. You got people that's going to be scam artists. You got that. But you know what? You got to still continue being who you are. Because there's good people in that batch. There's people in that batch. And we going to weed them out. They weeding themselves out. So once they weed themselves out, we keep it moving.
I like that, Seth. I don't. I think he said I don't lead. I think he meant live. I don't live for my life. I love my children. I love my children. That's what I'm talking about, Sat.
Yeah,
it's not just about an individual life. We as a collective, man. I mean, my grandparents would have still been in slavery if they ain't have them other radical slaves fighting against it. Do you understand? They cared about more than themselves. And that's what we got to get back to. Caring about more than ourselves. We could care about our wife. We buy our wife anything she want. She not even related to us, Al. She not even blood. Do you understand? She blood through the kids, maybe. But she not even blood like that. A lady that you meet on the street as a brother that you barely know for 3 or 4 years get anything she want. But as far as you know, looking at your black people as a collective and not having that same mentality is a big problem, man. It's a big problem. It's a big problem.
So now we sitting in here and we quarantining. They said we gonna open back Georgia. They didn't say we was opening back Iowa. They opening up back Georgia, which one of the major cities in Georgia is Atlanta, outside of Savannah. Atlanta's the major, that's a major black city. Then you know, I'm starting to notice the major black cities are starting to open up faster than anybody else's. and when it's the less how would you say, the less problems of that COVID-19 is in like Iowa, Utah. Why are you not opening there first? They had the less of the cases. See,
they not only have the less of the cases, Al. When it comes to social distancing, ain't crowded out there. There's not a lot of people out there. Why don't they just open up first?
Come on, man. 100 feet away from each other. We all know that all rules and decisions that come into play is a social, economic decision. It got to make sense to them socially and economically. And they make all their decisions based on that. Everybody think money supersedes everything. It is always your race or color first. So I like to make He said that on a lot of shows. And you know what's funny about it?
Yeah.
Having that conversation with Sat and his wife, and we was like, who would you choose first?
They making a choice first.
I hope no one take offense to what I'm about to say, but I feel the Bible plays a major part in our people staying down and scared to move forward. I'm sorry. Speak your mind. I mean, this is what the coach is about. We're about speaking our mind. It's an open platform, and this is how we're going to delegate with one another. We need to have these sets.
Let me clear up Nadi Dread comment. All right, so it can make more sense to other people because she's not trying to offend nobody. What I feel like she is trying to say, let me elaborate on it.
Before you even elaborate, the church didn't give nobody shit through this whole COVID.
What I'm saying, that's my point. You could read the Bible, you could go to church, but any activity that you take part in life is not there. That activity needs to be there to definitely free our people. If it's not in the best interest of freeing our people and raising our community, I don't care if you're reading a book from the Bible, the Torah, the Quran, I don't care what you read, it's made to be against our people if it's not that. So that's the only option. If it's not there to free up our people and for us to get out of this oppression, it is the wrong book. That's the way I look at it. So that's why I'm clearing up her comment on, and I'm elaborating on that. Because I feel like she mean no harm, but that's what she's trying to say. Like, if it's hindering our people from progressing, it's a problem. And that's the way it should be. I know I ain't eating no more Chinese food. I ain't haven't ate Chinese food in months, Al. It is not going to happen, bro.
They closed.
It is not going to happen.
It's closed.
Whatever I'm ordering, there better be some black manufacturers out there because I'm taking an extra time now to look for them. I ain't rushing just to get, whether it's people I know that want hair or clothes, I ain't rushing to get it because the Chinese man have it first. Later for that, he got it ready and available. I'm taking the time out to look for our people.
This is, the Bible is the solution manual to every life problem.
What are we talking about here, Haynes?
Whoa. Can I
what are we talking about here, Haynes?
Hold on.
If it is, Al, why ain't we free? Why ain't we free?
That's not Kevin. Yeah. That's not Kevin. Listen. I'm not sure I follow the Bible, but I believe in God. Laughing out loud, me either. Listen, I'm gonna give you something, right? The Bible and Christianity, right, is a doctrine or adopted from the Hebrews, right? And then you have Islam. I'm Islamic, right? And the Prophet Muhammad, I mean, he says nobody sits besides God. But nobody sits besides God. In Christianity, they always pray to Jesus. And Jesus, I never knew that Jesus was God. I never knew Jesus was God. I mean, I knew he was a prophet. I read he was a prophet. He's a prophet, but he's never been God. And when you think about Christianity, they send you a lot of false hope. Because I'm Muslim, and I'm telling this to the world. I'm Muslim, right? We believe in.
Watch what you say, Al.
And we believe in giving 3%.
Right.
We give 3%. But if we don't have it, we don't have to give it. No collection plate is passed around in the mosque. No, we ask for fundraisers, but we don't pass that plate like you're being forced. We don't. When we have dinners and meals, we give. It's not Sister Brathwaite is downstairs serving chicken and it's $5 a plate. No, we feed one another. So, whatever belief system you in, we could talk about it. But Christianity is the slave maker of the poor. That's what Master said. We had this conversation weeks ago. I'm glad you here. Whoever's on Kev's page, I'm glad you here. Because Nat Turner even said it. You got me. Christianity. Go watch the movie. Go watch the movie. So
look all these preachers asking for people's stimulus check. They asking for their stimulus check.
Well, let me kill it. Any belief system, a fool is a fool.
Where's the tithes money now?
You know what I mean? So, you play with the church's money if you want. That's on you.
Yeah, and we could debate till the sun come up about what religion is better over the other. But if any religion is not for our people, and it can liberate the majority of our people's minds, so we could be on a collective note to take back what's ours, which is majority of this planet, it should be a problem.
Hey, hold on. Let me give you another one. They said God said.
I'm trying not to, Zach.
God said, you have free will. I ain't seen not near Christian motherfucker with his free will. All the other top elites. Let's give it the black one. Freflo Dollar. He ain't give you shit. Let me see him give out something. He ain't give you shit. Every time I notice a motherfucker going to black church, listen, I seen him going to black church. And hold on, Sap, I'm going to keep it on religion for a second. Because we talk about these Christianity churches, and it's people out here in their congregation that need their lights, help with their lights, need help with their water bills, even need help with their fucking kids, and they don't help them. I'm Islamic, and I'm saying this with a passion. Hold on. The only way out of all this life issues is going on now is to go back to our foundation. So what is our foundation?
Now, our foundation, the church was... The church was our foundation. I know, but till he answer, I'm going to speak on it. The church was the backbone of our community at one point, and it was very strong. But that have weakened a lot. You know what I'm saying? And what I'm saying is, you don't need to read any book to be like Moses. You don't need to read any book to be like Jesus. And you know what you read in a good book about them. I mean, they was very rebellious people. They went against high people. They went to go free their people. That should be the core message. You know what I'm saying? That should be the core message. Period. If it's not there for you to free your people, I don't know what to say, man.
Listen, that's why I said I'm Islamic. I follow Islam, and we have a thing within Muslims, and you can be Muslim. And no, it's always want to keep us down. If we're going to talk about religion, there's balance here. Listen, about the mosque, listen here, Sap. You come into the mosque, you come, we pray. It's a discipline. So you wash before you pray. And let me give you something, man. If I know that your family's doing bad, because we're told as Muslims, we're told not to talk about our charities, not to shout it out. But that's not how you get your blessings. So now I have done it. Make an envelope. Just go to so-and-so family. You drop it in the box. They don't know who it came from. And they take it to that family that I know is doing bad. I've never heard the church doing that. And they don't ask you. You know a family's doing bad, you can actually donate your money to, hypothetically speaking, I could donate my money to you, Sap. in your family. All I gotta do is put your address on the paper and say, "Yo, here, make sure this money get to them." We're doing bad. Send me a bag. I want to tell nobody. So, but I've noticed Christianity. I noticed all these pastors have Ferraris, Lambos, living very extravagant, but their flock is being led astray.
My church has done for people. Oh yeah, there's plenty of churches that done for people.
Some.
Yeah.
Some.
Yeah.
Hindus do the same thing. I know, Ant. I mean, you know, we were just talking about you don't know don't mean others are not. Okay, but I mean, the majority of Christianity has been robbing the people with the Anglo-Saxons. The Anglo-Saxons start off, if you break down the Anglo-Saxons, their religion is Christianity.
Hold
on, did I need to stop? Because usually you get technical.
Well, what I'm saying is...
Am I leading in the wrong way? Because the Anglo-Saxons, which is majority of the 1%, is Christianity. Do you know that? Yeah? Do you know that?
What I'm saying is this, right? The Pope and everything, and he got these big Catholic churches, they doing all right for them and them people. And they people. Let me say it that way. They people's doing all right.
But you hear how you defined it? They people.
The majority of our churches ain't doing for our people, and we not all right. It's an issue. It's that simple.
I forgot. You happy with the pantry?
They happy with the feel good service when you leave, man. The energy is up. You feel good. I don't understand, man. I just don't get it, man.
No,
change up the conversation, but it's for the good. You did, but it's for the good. It's for the good.
No. You know why? You know why she didn't change the conversation? Because conversation is 360 degrees. It comes into a full circle. So if you see something that's weak or lack, or you need to say that within our topic, and you saw something and you say, well, this is what I feel the community is lacking because of this, and it makes us weak, we need to touch on that because it's 360 degrees on building. Mm-hmm. Life is one big circle.
And that's what I'm saying.
We are not individuals.
Nah.
We all bought Air Force Ones, all whites.
Yep. And what our people get caught up is individualism a lot. And I speak about that a lot all the time. We get caught up in that, man. And as I get older, I'm tending to hate man.
I'm gonna lose you, B. Anderson, if I keep speaking like that. I mean, listen, he probably talking about Sap. I don't know if he's talking about me or not. Oh, he's talking about Sap. He's talking about Sap.
He said, yo, they be touching them little boys. Sap got to understand that's their culture. But I'm just saying, though, Sap got to understand that's their culture.
We don't want to lose nobody.
We don't like that in our culture. We ain't lose nobody. That's our culture.
Now let's do this. Let's skip the religion now. Let's skip the religion because we gave you enough real quick, right? Mm-hmm. Let's really get to the people. Let's get to the people because we got to start with the people. God, any religion says God gave you free will. So let's start with the people. You have the free will to learn. So let's do that. Let's have the free will to learn. Let's start.
They do that in our culture because it's learned behavior from them, Sap. Just look at the history, bro. White on white crime, black on black crime stimulates from white on black crime.
We have
That's what it stimulates.
On YouTube.
We treat each other the way they used to treat us.
Check out Black on Black Crime on YouTube. Then after you check out the Black on Black Crime on YouTube, check out why being a black man standing up can tear you down.
That's why we got to understand, Al, we are made backwards, right? So us being made backwards, we trying to unlearn everything we have learned and was taught to us. A lot of our behavior, our characteristics, how we move is basically taught to us. We are made up. We are made up black man that lives in a white European society and moves like the white man in a black body. So we got to understand this, man. We got to understand this. A lot of this stuff is taught to us, man. Do you understand what I'm saying? So a lot of this stuff we got to untaught.
So we got to start washing our minds.
That's it. Because Al, when you go to the criminal justice system, you want to be a police officer, a judge. Why? To be a criminal, to actually be locked up for the jails filled with black men. That's why you go to the criminal justice system. You get locked into the European marriage system to do what, Al? To be divorced. Right? The black woman is less likely to get married out of any other race, brother. Do you understand? So we hooked into these European systems, right? And we're not advancing one bit. It's because we are made up and we are taught. We are definitely a weaker person of a white person. That's all we are, man. That's all we are. That's all we are. And we gotta unlearn to relearn. Hashtag. We gotta unlearn to relearn.
But what up, Stu? Big Stu checking in. I mean, what's going on, y'all?
Let's talk about it, Al, right? Right? The breast, when you get breast, right, implants, right, as a woman, right? How long you haven't seen that in movies? How old?
That was,
before it reached the poor people.
Listen, I was a kid. White women was doing that. Then now they went from, when I was a kid, they was doing breast implants. Now they doing butt implants.
But look how the rich or the European women been doing this, and how it all trickled down to us years later.
Homie, now you on your joint. It don't matter who phone you was using, long as you clocked in, bro. Long as you clocked in.
No doubt.
Listen,
no doubt.
The black mind has been weakened
and been made up. Definitely, it been chipped. It been chipped.
It been chipped. It been all kind of things. It been manipulated to the fact that if we feel that we are weak, we are so weak-minded that we feel the nicest car is gonna make us better. The nicest body is gonna make us better. I mean, I'm sorry I'm pronouncing your name wrong. I'm sorry. I apologize for that. So, like I was saying, it's so the black mind has been weakened, and the only way we will strengthen it is by having knowledge, and we have to have knowledge of self. So yes, going back to what Marley said, Marvo 718, I think it is. You know what I mean? He said they killed off our elders. You know what I mean?
Of course.
But we killed off our elders too by not going to sit and spend time with them. They said the youth is wasted on the young. You know what I mean? Because if I had the knowledge that I had, I would when I was younger. If I had the knowledge now, I'd probably be way more advanced. You know, that's why I said we need to teach our children about the credit system, about credit scores, about making proper investments. And we need to teach them more about the guns and not the butter. Like they said in Boy.
And like Al's saying, this is a stepping stone, because even having the highest credit as a people, as a collective, is only limited to, it only have a certain plateau for colored people. But after we get through that step, we're going to take the next step. That's how it goes. Because who run all the credit lines? Who run credit? We don't. So we got to understand, right? You're not free because you got 800 credit score. You're not free because you got $100,000 in a bank account that no black people own. Do you understand? We don't own the banks. We don't own the water. We don't own nothing.
That's why they free.
Right.
Like technically. Now, and I'm glad we're saying that, because the IRS is nothing but a collection agency for the United States of America. If we owned our own businesses, we would never have to sign a W-2 form with them, and then that would not leave us in contract to pay taxes, United States of America taxes, for the rest of our lives. So learn something, because it was a white man that beat them at their own game, and they signed. And he was on defense and everything.
And that's the step, see? You beat them at their own game, and then they're going to start going against their own laws. So the laws is no good than a piece of paper that is written on. Do you understand? All the people that enforce the law. That's the only how the laws stick. The laws, they made laws for the Indians, wrap treaties around planet Earth, and they broke each and every treaty with the Indian. So I just want to let you know, laws is no good than what is written down on a piece of paper. That piece of paper ain't worth nothing, man. They just make sure they enforce it. That's it. So when we take these steps, you're going to understand, like you're going to be surprised. I don't care how many businesses you own, your Jay-Z, your Puff Daddy, you're going to find limitations there. I don't care if you're a multi-billionaire, you're going to find limitations there. And it's important for us, when the majority of us get there, and we know how to get there, for us to take that next step further and actually control our own destiny, man. And that's what I'm talking about. Stop thinking you're totally free because you got a business. Stop thinking you're totally free because you got a large bank account. Stop thinking you're totally free because you own a mortgage that you got to pay taxes on for the rest of your life. And in some countries, don't even have property taxes.
No, they do, but only pay them one time.
One time.
One time. Because everybody that's rushing the DR,
yeah,
they only got to pay their property tax one time when they buy that property outside the city that I know of.
And that's why we call it free dome. Free your dome, man. It's your dome, man. Free that joint.
And Sat, let me kick to that because you said about chips and vaccines. We already chipped without a chip.
That's what I'm saying. We already chipped, bro.
You already, your mind is already fucked up, and then you could go to jail, and all you got to do is put your eye scan, and now you're done. And
you ran out there to
they make
Al,
but you don't have
Al, you ran out there to get toilet paper, right?
Nah,
and you were hoarding all over the place, right?
Look, I wasn't.
You're hoarding all over the place, right? You already chipped. You already chipped.
And then and vaccines. Let me explain something to you, Sat. And anybody that's listening, they have what they call the FDA. They all on furlough too, and it takes about 18 months for a vaccine to be cleared with the United States government of America. It takes 18 months. Once again, it takes 18 months. That's damn near close to 2 years for a vaccination to be cleared. So, but nobody knows this. If you don't study or pay attention to these things, you don't know this. So now whoever doesn't know this, I'm just letting y'all know. So this vaccination that they rushing to do is still going to take 18 months for it to be cleared. And if they clear it any faster than that, something ain't right. Or they already had it in the book, ready to go. Know what I mean? So I ain't gonna hold y'all no longer.
Not no longer.
Know what I mean?
Word up.
Chat.
And I'm the infamous twin, man. Thanks y'all for joining, man. I love this, man.
And
let's continue to do this.
We do when we do it. You heard?
We're going to speak this in existence so much until each and one of us start getting up and doing the action part, man. And that's what I'm hoping for, man. Y'all get tired of hearing this until let's get up and do something about it. And I'm with it.
Know what I mean? Check us out.
So, yo, peace.
Love is love.